Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of our Ending the Undertaker Streak booking challenge for Call of Booking Fantasy Warfare. You may have just heard Rip give his awesome booking on Stephanie ending the streak. You may have heard my trippy storyline on Santina ending the streak in an absolute fever dream. And now we have Ryan. Ryan, please remind everyone what your stipulations were, and you were given these by Joe, correct?
So, yes, Joe gifted me with an absolute classic. He gifted me with Konnor from the recently let go Ascension, beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania in a Victor on a pole, or not on a pole, on a cross match. And the main little storyline going into it is who killed Victor. So this is going to be like a murder mystery mixed into some batshit crazy booking. So are you ready?
God. I don't think I am. I think we need a month breather from Tim's.
Oh no, this one's a bit. I think this one's a bit more chill compared to Tim's trip. So,
oh no.
But yeah, I might have to disappear to get my notes up because it's on my phone. But can you see me or not, or is it gone?
You've disappeared.
Gone.
Okay, cool. Right, get cozy.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the August 23rd edition of SmackDown, straight after 2016, straight after SummerSlam, where Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon introduced not only the SmackDown Women's Belt, but they also introduced the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And the tournament is announced for who will compete for the titles at Backlash. And in this amazing tournament is the Ascension. Now, we're going to change the booking a little bit on this. Rather than have the Ascension get absolutely squashed in the first round like they originally were, they actually go on to destroy not only the Usos, but American Alpha. Then go on to the massive babyface team of Heath Slater and Rhino at Backlash. And let us remind you that Heath Slater's contract is also on the line, as he is a free agent who has kids. So, yeah, he's got kids. So, you know. And then, so we go to Backlash, and sadly, that dream is well and truly crushed as the Ascension absolutely destroy Rhino and Slater to become SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So we go to the following SmackDown, and the Ascension announce that they will defend the SmackDown Tag Team titles every week and continue to destroy the SmackDown Tag Team division for as long as they see fit. And we get all the way to No Mercy, where the Ascension have no challenges for the tag team titles after absolutely squashing the entire division, which would probably happen. But yeah, so they lay out an open challenge at No Mercy, basically saying, "We've got no one left. Sort us out."
Sort us out. We've got no one left. Someone get the crap out of us, please.
Yeah, come on. Can you? We need to be on this card because we've got a massive streak going on. Hint, hint. And out come the Brothers of Destruction. And this is a very back and forth match. And as we get towards the finish, Kane manages to hit a chokeslam on Victor after confusing him for being the legal man, which was in fact Konnor. While all this is kicking off, Konnor and Taker are brawling on the outside, when all of a sudden Taker is struck with the belt by Konnor after throwing him into the timekeeper's area. The referee is completely oblivious to this. And then when Kane realizes that Konnor is the legal man, he turns around. Well, he gets struck, and apparently this is Connor's finisher.
Apparently.
Apparently, I literally Googled this, and this is taken from like WWE 2K16, so it could have changed. But Kane is hit with the full Nelson Slam.
I think on... Oh, God, I hit my mic. On the last match that Konnor won was with a sit-out dominator, I'm pretty sure.
I like that better.
I have that stuck in my mind.
Why do you have that stuck in your mind, Joe?
Because it's the only move I can ever remember him hitting, other than the Ball of Man. Yeah, that's the only move they ever actually hit. I think it was in a squash match with somebody, probably Heath Slater.
What a weird move.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stick with the full Nelson Slam because 2K16.
The most up-to-date game.
After the match, Undertaker's absolutely pissed. So him and Konnor have a big old stare down at the end, basically saying, "You just screwed me over. You just whacked me with a belt. That bloody hurt.
That bloody hurt.
That's unfair." So SmackDown, after a dominating victory at No Mercy, the Ascension lay out a challenge to the New Day, who are currently the Raw Tag Team Champions, to unify the belts at Survivor Series.
Ooh.
Because, got no more SmackDown tag teams to destroy, so fuck it, let's go to Raw.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. So at Survivor Series, obviously the Ascension pick up the win after a surprise heel turn by Big E. But that's a completely different story, so we're not going to go into that.
My prediction is Ryan wants us to book the New Day ending.
I mean, that is an idea, but anyway, after the celebration, the Undertaker's music hits and the lights go out. Undertaker and Kane appear at the top of the stage and stare down the Ascension. And that's how we end Survivor Series for some reason. Go on to SmackDown the following night, and Ascension cut a promo announcing themselves as the greatest tag team to ever step foot in WWE. And they think, fuck it, if the Brothers of Destruction are going to get in their way, they lay down a challenge for them at TLC. So it's Undertaker, Kane versus the Ascension for the newly made unified tag team titles in a TLC match. So we get to TLC, a huge spot fest, Kane's hitting 450s off ladders. Fucking.
Oh yeah, as he does.
Undertaker hits a Canadian Destroyer off the top of the ladder through a table.
Gonna have to go to WWE and edit the moveset now.
Yeah.
My favourite move that Victor does is his picture perfect 630 senton.
Oh yeah, stick one of them in as well.
Connor's Phoenix Splash is a thing of beauty.
Well, sadly, that is not the end of this match. After Kane is thrown from the top of the ladder into a double stack of tables by Konnor, leading to Konnor and Undertaker once again having a big old scrap outside the ring. And that leads to Victor crawling up the ladder and taking back the belts. So they keep the titles, and Konnor and Undertaker just can't bloody keep their hands off each other. So they get split up. Tension. Yeah, that's what it is. And it is announced on the following SmackDown that Kane was seriously injured after that match, after too many 450s, all that stuff. And basically, the Ascension are like, we just destroyed the Brothers of Destructions, and we're gonna just, keep chucking teams at us, and this is how it's gonna go. And so an inter-brand tournament is announced for the number one contenders to the tag team titles, which none other than probably Joe's favorite tag team, the Hype Bros.
Hell yes!
Successfully win that tournament. And so the Ascension, just like we would, are absolutely pissing themselves at this challenge, and continue to send video packages through the weeks, basically taking the piss out of the Hype Bros.
Sorry, just a quick one. I just imagine them actually sending VHS tapes to Zack Ryder and Mojo's house separately.
Yeah. Fuck it, that'll work. Yeah, we'll do that.
I didn't know the Wasteland had a post office.
Well, it does. We go to Roadblock, where this match is taking place, and obviously the Ascension are absolutely wiping the floor with them. And suddenly the lights go out. And when they come back on, Victor has disappeared.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's Santina.
A video appears on the Tron, on the big old Titantron, showing someone dragging Victor to a grave and burying him alive.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So during this time, Zack hits the Rough Rider, and both him and Mojo double pin Konnor to become the brand new undisputed tag team champions.
Beautiful. It's
And
a necessary evil.
yes, it just had to be done.
Don't care about tag wrestling.
And because, you know, the New Day have just split up and they're doing their own little story with Big E turning heel, Zach and Mojo Rawley are now the top face team in all of WWE. So we go to the next SmackDown. Konnor cuts a promo on The Undertaker because he's going to damn right accuse him because, you know, the lights went out. It must have been Undertaker. And he cuts a promo on The Undertaker thanking him for taking away the burden of dominating the tag team division and opening his eyes to the real prize, which is destroying the legacy of The Undertaker. So, the following week, Konnor goes one-on-one with one half of the new champs, Mojo, and ends the contest by DQ after hitting him with the title belt. Basically losing his shit because, you know, he lost the belts and he's fuming because the Undertaker's not taking any of his calls. Nothing's happening with this accusation towards the Undertaker until Undertaker appears on the screen and tells him to watch his words after accusing him of killing Victor. Who killed Victor? That's the theme going forward. And then following week, Konnor is suspended for the brutal attack on Mojo, nearly ending his career, and vows to get revenge, which we then cut to the Royal Rumble. Final two in the match, Undertaker and Shinsuke Nakamura. The two are battling back and forth until Shinsuke is standing on the apron before suddenly the lights go out and Konnor appears behind the Undertaker and throws him out to give Shinsuke the win. And the Undertaker, the following week, cuts a promo on Konnor claiming that he's just made the biggest mistake of his life. And he's basically a fucking idiot because he's accused him of killing Victor with no evidence apart from the shitty little video package.
Konnor,
so
you're a fucking idiot.
And he said he'll grant his wish of giving him the attempt of destroying the Undertaker's legacy by setting the match that him versus Konnor at WrestleMania. So the following week, Konnor shoots on Taker for denying that he killed Victor because he obviously did it, and says that he'll destroy the Undertaker once and for all. Now, we're going to skip through Fastlane because it's a shit pay-per-view, so we'll skip that.
True. What about Elimination Chamber?
Oh, I skipped the Elimination Chamber as well. I just went because who needs it? Oh, hang on. Checking back on my... No, I did go to Fastlane. Hang on. So, to give Konnor a bit of a warm-up, going into WrestleMania, Kane is announced to face Konnor in an Inferno match at Fastlane.
Ooh.
So, Konnor faces Kane. It's very close, you know. Escapes a few choke slams. And the big final moment is Kane finally goes for the choke slam, but Konnor grabs him by the throat and basically overpowers him and throws him out into the flames. So, with Kane out of the way, in the SmackDowns leading up, Konnor and The Undertaker continue to exchange... Oh, fuck, can't speak. Konnor and Undertaker continue to exchange video packages telling their side of the story and why they're going to be victorious at WrestleMania.
It's an episode of Judge Judy.
Yep.
It's wrestler's court, Georgie boy.
Konnor ends the promo by saying he's found the secret to The Undertaker's power. So we get to WrestleMania. Both make their grand entrances, as you would expect.
Konnor deserves it.
Konnor deserves it. You know, it's his time. It's his 15 minutes of fame. He deserves the time to shine. Before the match begins, however, druids appear at the top of the stage, and Undertaker's cross is slowly lowered, showing Victor hanging from it.
Oh!
Both men do their best shock reaction, kind of like that guy who was ringside when Undertaker lost his streak. We want that level of shock. Both men look shocked and continue anyway to go on to have a big old WrestleMania classic. Fighting out.
They do.
Yeah. Both men are down. Both men are down after somehow Konnor, God knows how, kicks out of a jumping tombstone. When suddenly the cross is lowered and the druids carry Victor towards the ring. The Undertaker looks very confused and suddenly freezes when it's revealed that Victor awakens and attacks Taker. But he has a bit of backup as Kane's music plays and both teams stand against one another. Before Kane suddenly big boots Undertaker and allows for Konnor to full Nelson slam him for the win.
No.
All three men celebrate as it's revealed that Victor's murder was actually a plot for Konnor to get a match with Taker, and he was never actually killed by the Undertaker, and it was in fact a plot by Konnor and Kane to destroy the Undertaker's legacy.
So I was yelled at for having a threat of murder, but a murder's okay?
No, Tim, I was going to bring that up. I was going to bring it up. How the fuck did we go from no murders, threatened murder, to actual murder? Like, how the fuck did we build this quick?
So
I mean,
so you're. I don't quite know what to say. So you're telling me that Konnor, Victor, and Kane staged a GCSE media studies project
yes.
to trick everyone, including the Undertaker, that Victor was dead. But
just so he could get a match with Undertaker by accusing him of the murder.
So who put Victor on the Undertaker symbol? Did he just climb there, or did Kane have to help him out?
Oh no, that was all set up backstage, mate. Don't worry about that.
Oh,
He's been lowered, doing his best dead face.
Kane painted his face. Kane put his face paint on for him.
Exactly.
You look pretty, my boy. Oh my god. And I thought, Tim, I don't know, but I think you and Ryan are tied for the biggest fever dream I've ever heard. Firstly, the idea of them unifying tag team titles, that is the most craziest thing I've heard in this entire booking. Secondly,
Christ, that was oh my god, the ending to that was just brilliant.
Plot twist.
Oh my god. I mean,
everybody loves a swerve.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Right, you know how difficult it is for me to shut the fuck up. The fact is,
yeah. Then I win. I managed to get George to shut up.
No, I'm gonna keep going now.
Shit.
I mean, my god.
Let me just check my notes in case I didn't miss anything. That's all.
What could you have possibly added to this? Michelle McCool actually turned up with no hair.
Well, I didn't go all
That's the
Shakespeare
best
like Tim,
part.
so it's all good.
But I think Joe's just won this now. Just not from his booking, but from just Joe saying that this is a GCSE media studies thing.
And I know, I did that exact same video for my media studies GCSE. Haha.
I'm sorry, but this whole thing is just like the entire time I was thinking, why the hell do we not buy WWE 2K14 and just do the beat the streak mode in that with the people we got?
Oh, yeah.
See who could have done it.
All right. So, any more questions for Ryan?
I'll ask the same 3 questions I asked Tim. What drugs are you on? What drugs are you still on? And when I get them.
Perfect.
Good
awesome.
Lord.
So that was part 3. Stay tuned for part 4, where Joe does something, and we will see you soon.
I do something.
The
main event is upon us.
All right.
How can
Bye.